And it was the 5th round of the X20 trophy from Loenhout in the women's elite race. And it was last year's winner, Riberola, who got off the line first, but straight over the top, the fast starter. Schreiber led in through, slightly slower start for Lucinda Brand, and also back and a return as well. Zoe Backstead's second race for the Brit rider.
Yeah, Schreiber had that fantastic start that we know she always has when she gets a good gridding. But Zemanova was up there too, and it's Zemanova that was probably the strongest, the most active rider in this race today. She made really smart moves, she rode out of her skin, and we can see her here constantly in that top 5, as Riberola had a bit of a coming together with Larissa Hartog earlier in the race.
Yeah, tight corner for that one. Riberola a little bit naughty with a push, but here we go, she did recover from that one. Hartog doing a good ride as well. But like I say, it was Zemanova working really well, loving these greasy conditions, the Czech rider, and also having her best season so far, 5th in a World Cup, Antwerpen as well for the Czech champion, and mixing it now with the front riders. We saw Schreiber early doors making a few mistakes, Disbank claiming some casualties. You see Bakker, worst as well, working her way up through, and at this point we saw Lucinda Brand having to fight back. She lost that front group in the technical sections, but it was Brand, the alarm bells going off, trying to take her 12th victory in a row, managed to get back on, and quite quickly, as soon as she got back to the front, started to attack in mid-race.
Yeah, and this is the attack that she made to see if she could drop the rest of the group, to see what she had to do, whether she was capable of it, whether she could actually get rid of those riders. And after a while, it turned out that it was trickier to do, as we see Schreiber come down on this greasy corner because she wasn't riding the line that we saw her ride in other laps. And Brand applied that pressure, but people still came with her. So at that point, she then started to reassess and decide what she should do.
We saw Zoe Backstead then hit in the front, the under-23 world champion. Say only her second race back. She rode the World Cup in Dendermonde yesterday and is getting her cyclocross legs and speed and skills back. But as we saw, it was Norba Riberola. As soon as she got back on the group, straight over the top, and then started to proceed to set a really hot pace. Brand responding well, sitting in 3rd position as this group just started to split a little bit. We saw Verse and Backstead at the back of this group, but then just as Riberola just started to let the pace drop a little bit, Brand saw her chance and then laid down the fastest lap of the race, putting everybody under pressure.
Yeah, she really went for it this lap, and it was only Zemanova that was able to sit onto that wheel and hold that wheel. And she's so good at holding it. She overlaps really nicely. She goes into the corner with the same speed. She's confident that she's going to not make any mistakes. And then Bakker was able to come back on again at this point in the race.
But Zemanova, again, so good on these corners. No mistakes all race. And she was on the back wheel of Brand for the majority of the race. And again, even those banks causing some issues and problem. Hartog losing grip on that slippery bank, but then it was Brand, lap to go, came past the Czech champion and started to make her move for her 12th victory. But it was Zemanova pushing it all the way. Small gap appeared. She never let the gap go too far to Lucinda Brand. The closest we've seen Brand pushed in a number of races. Bakker having a really good X20 series on her way to her 3rd podium in as many races. Brand piling on the pressure. That's where she was getting the gaps from Zemanova on the way out the corners.
On these long straights, she was able to get up to speed really quick and use that power to get her there and just maintain it. And Zemanova put everything in. She did everything right. She couldn't have done it better, and she just wasn't able to hold Brand's wheel at the end. And she's mega happy with that performance as well, as Brand takes another victory.
Lucinda Brand taking her 12th victory in a row, ahead of Kristina Zemanova. Madam Bakker, Zoe Backstead, really solid result. She's only going to get faster for the U23 champion, 4th position for the Brit. Last year's champion, the rural 5th position. Verst, Hartog, Brouwers jumping up now to 3rd position in the series. Schreiber and the Italian Garibaldi rounding out the top 10.
Lucinda Brand, it's your 16th victory of the season. Do you have any words to describe this victory here in Loenhout?
No, yeah, it was a difficult race to make a difference. It was very slippery, a lot of corners. the other riders were very explosive, and there were not so many places where you really could use your power really well. So in the end, I tried to make Semenova tired, so she would lose a little bit of her explosivity for the sprint, but then she couldn't hold the wheel anymore.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Lucinda.
7 of 12 races in Belgium over the Christmas period. Super Prestige tomorrow. The GP Sven Nys, the night cross in Diegem. A lot of these races will be taking part in that one.
Yeah, Bâle is her next, would be her next race, wouldn't it? And that's the X20 Bad Cameras Trophy. So, and Bâle is a tough course. Again, another place where she can get a lot of time. So that will be a really good one for her on the 1st of Jan.